Meantime, some Fort Stewart soldiers are preparing to deploy to West Africa. They will be helping in the fight against Ebola.
Today, WJCL learned more about what they'll be doing and how they plan on preventing the virus from coming back with them to the coastal empire. Nick Notario joins us now with the details. Nick?
Well, this isn't your typical mission when you think about fighting overseas. Now, normally this group of soldiers from the Civil Affairs Battalion goes into communities and works with people. But while they're in the Ebola-stricken country, things will be different. For soldiers heading overseas, this isn't necessarily the usual protective gear you might think of. It's not a gun and camouflage keeping them safe, but medical equipment. More than 30 members from Fort Stewart's 82nd Civil Affairs Battalion are heading to West Africa to help with the Ebola crisis.
There's nothing new about sending Americans to the help, to the rescue. That's something we do.
As long as they don't bring it back to the community, I'm happy.
There's a plan in place to make sure the deadly virus doesn't come back with them.
Ever since they got notified, the training has gone on daily.
Here are some of the photos of the training. It's primarily focused on the personal protective equipment. Although they'll wear this clothing, the group of Fort Stewart soldiers won't work with Ebola patients. Their mission is to offer communication between soldiers building Ebola treatment units and health leaders. But still, they know this could be dangerous.
I think the known risks are always going to be less scary than the unknown risks, and for most personnel, the Ebola virus disease is an unknown risk. That's why we've been going through such in-depth training to try to make it more of a known risk, so they're a little bit more comfortable with it.
Normally, when this group of soldiers goes overseas, they go into villages and towns and interact with people. Well, we asked them if that'll be the case this time.
So at this point, our mission isn't to deal with locals.
Despite the Ebola scare, some in Hinesville say when the soldiers return, they'll be welcomed back like any other.
They'll still be the same way as always.
Now, the soldiers are going to head to West Africa sometime early next month, and they're going to be there for up to 8 months. So this is going to be quite a long mission.
Any idea if these soldiers will be quarantined at all upon returning for 21 days or longer?
Well, as of right now, that's a plan before they get back to Hinesville. But since they're going to be there for 8 months, things could change in the meantime. But they want to make sure that they do everything for their safety, their family's safety, and also the people living in the Hinesville community as well.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.